Hi, this is Nikhil Advani and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Please watch Airlift on the 22nd of January 2016.
Well, it's wonderful to have Nikhil Advani with us. His production Airlift, the teaser has just come out and it's getting rave reviews. Nikhil, wonderful to have you back on Bollywood Hungama first of all.
Thank you so much.
And the response has been fabulous actually somewhere, that both in terms of the look of the film as well as the fact that it's something which is very novel. I don't think that in Indian cinema we've seen something to this nature. Generally it is India, Pakistan, or like, you know, that sort of element when it comes to these sort of movies, but this is something which is a totally different context altogether. How did you come up with the idea in the first place?
I didn't come up with the idea actually. Full credit for that needs to be given to Raja Menon,
The director.
who is the director of the film, the director and co-writer of the film. So when Raja actually was brought to me when we started MA Entertainment to make D-Day for about 4 years ago, we got into making D-Day, and while D-Day was being completed, I think my partner, my sister who's my partner, met Raja. And they started talking about him being an ad filmmaker. He's a pretty prolific ad filmmaker.
Absolutely.
He's made about 250, 300 films. Maybe understating it. It may be a euphemism. But so he came to me one Saturday and they narrated an idea to me. And I liked the idea very much. And I looked at him and I said that, Raja, you're telling me a story that you think I would allow you to make, because he had done 2 films before that, 2 very independent art house kind of films. The last one being Barana, which was critically acclaimed in the festival circuit with Vijay Raj, Nasir Bhai, and
I know, I've seen it. Amir spoke about it, that people should watch it.
So he had seen Barana, he had made Barana, and what happens is when filmmakers do films, they feel that when they go to other production houses or studios, they feel that this is what is expected from them, so isliye mujhe ye pitch karna chahiye. So I looked at him and I said, see, I'm a young production company, I'm a very young production company, we've just produced D-Day at that time, and I said that don't tell me what you think I want you to make, tell me what you think that nobody will allow you to make. Tell me that story, because for me to take any film produced by me and directed by you, as in Raja Menon, it's going to be difficult for me to convince studio, actor. It's going to be time consuming. So might as well spend the time chasing a dream, right?
Absolutely.
So we went and he narrated the story of Airlift to me.
Okay, and Akshay Kumar, I think he's very kicked about it, because I think Akshay Kumar is in a very interesting phase of his career, because obviously the entire industry expects him to just deliver those those commercial entertainers which he's always been associated with. But because of movies like Special 26 and Baby and Holiday for that matter as well, there's a different sort of expectation from him as an actor, and the entire package that he brings along with him. And I think Airlift, it just fits into that bracket perfectly.
Absolutely.
For me, after Baby, I think this is one thing that I'm looking forward to as an actor.
Absolutely. In a sense, I think Akshay is, although he tends to gravitate and he tends to do the masala pot boilers, blockbusters, which everybody expects him to do, he also he revels and he enjoys experimenting and doing things which are different, you know. When I mean experimenting is he doesn't mind walking that path which is not which is untrodden, you know, which you would not expect him to do. He did that with, as you put it, Oh My God, also for some.
Absolutely.
He did that with Oh My God. He did a Special 26. He's done that with Baby, and now he's trying that with Airlift. Even in Brothers, you know, which came this year. I mean, he was lauded for the kind of role that he chose to do.
Absolutely.
So he's only pushing the envelope with where it comes to. He's asking people to challenge him with different roles. But I think that the most important role that Akshay Kumar plays in this film, Faridoon, is that for me to make the film, to make this particular film in this kind of a subject with the kind of scale that everybody is seeing in the film, I had to put whatever money that my financiers and my co-producers were giving me into the film. I couldn't burden the film with the price of an actor or a star.
Absolutely.
And that's what Akshay understood. So I think that is very important. When he does a Baby or when he does a special 26 or where he does an airlift, his whole thing is ki, okay, I will allow you to make the film the way you want to make, what is your vision, and I will not let you burden it. I will not burden it with my. So I will come on board as a co-producer.
Hero and Productions.
So that's a very big step in terms of allowing filmmakers to choose these kind of subjects.
The teaser has been unanimously loved by almost everyone, which is I think a very, very, very positive sign. Many a times in recent time as well that the biggest of films, they've had like a very mixed response to the promo. But people have this apprehension that the theatrical trailer, you're still holding it back. It's just a teaser, right?
I can't even call it a teaser. I mean, we're calling it a teaser because we have no other label to give it, right? It's 2 minutes and 8 seconds, so it really can't be a teaser. Teasers are usually 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute. Right. So this is a 2 minute, 8 second showcase. Let's put it that way. I like to call it a showcase. In fact, I like to call it a showcase for, we convinced all the co-producers to not go out with the film. Let's make it quietly. Let's make the film. Like exactly. So T-series, Vikram Malhotra's Abundancia, me with Amy and Akshay with Hariom. What we decided collectively is let's make the film first. Let the more we talk about the film to people, the more we. I mean, अच्छा है, nice, different, interesting, अच्छा experiment है, अच्छा art है, arty है. So instead of
that is a silly comment. I don't think it's arty. It
exactly. So you can't, because now when you see it, and I mean, look at the kind of comments we are getting. Faridoon, give me goosebumps. It makes me proud to be an Indian. The shot of the flag coming up. I mean, it's like Akshay said the other day. It's a very cheesy shot. But it makes you feel, it makes you feel Indian. It makes you feel very patriotic. तो हम लोग ने decide किया कि यार picture बनाते हैं, उसके बाद दिखाते हैं लोगों को. So in the space of such big films that are being released, and what happens in the last quarter, beginning of the year, big films come out, and we nobody knew what Airlift was. We had comments, and we used to meet people, or we used to collectively talk, and we say, किसी को लग रहा है कि hijacking के picture है, Airlift. किसी को लग रहा है कि कंधार हाईजैकिंग पिक्चर, क्योंकि अक्षय ने बेबी किया है और आपने डी-डे किया है, तो पीपल थॉट दैट वाज अबाउट द कंधार हाईजैकिंग. जी. तो ए टू कंटेक्चुअलाइज की पिक्चर किसके बारे में, बी की ये पिक्चर आ रही है, फॉर दोस्त वी वांटेड टू डू शोकेस ऑफ द व्हाट द फिल्म इज अबाउट, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इट इज. द मेन ट्रेलर विल कम आउट ऑन द 16th of December.
You're having Nimrat Kaur in the movie, and I think she's an absolutely fabulous actress, and especially because of Lunchbox. She also has an international presence with the entire
with Homeland
series that she's done. We didn't see that much of Nimrat in the promo. So did you miss her, Sama?
I think the brief given to the guys who cut the promo was to showcase the story of the film. I think the main thing is that the feedback we are getting is that it's one teaser trailer showcase which actually tells you what you can expect in the film. Nimrat's part is that you will see more of it in the trailer. While the teaser was being edited, we were doing the last schedule of the film. So all of Nimrat's parts actually have been shot just now when we were just finished the Jodhpur Jaisalmer schedule. Right. So what we had in terms of footage was 5 days of work that she had done in Ras Al Khaimah.
What are the sort of promotional strategy are you having? It's a T-series movie, so I think there must be songs as well.
Not only songs, it's very good music. Also essential to the screenplay of the film. Films like this, suddenly a song will jar. What is this song? Why ऐसा गाना क्यों डाल दिया picture में? But I think that what we had done with D-Day was that we had managed to have very good music in the film, whether it was the Shruti and Arjun song, whether it was the Qawwali which in the pre-interval sequence, or the end big song which is there in the end, or the Rekha Bhardwaj song beginning Dama Dama Dama. I mean, the screenplay beautifully written by Raja, Ritesh, Suresh, Rahul, the other guy who Raja was working with before Ritesh and Suresh came on board. So there's a lovely section in the film which before the attack starts, so before the whole struggle starts, where you actually have the ability to do a nice big song. So yeah, the music in the film is quite essential and very well integrated, and I think Amal has done a great job. Kumar has written the lyrics.
How many songs total?
5.
5 songs.
But 5 songs, out of which one is like a lip sync song, which the others is all.
Right, which is expected in a movie like this.
Yep.
What is the sort of duration you're looking for?
The audiences today just are so used to the 2 hour length. I don't think we can go above that.
Yeah,
I mean, 2:10, 2:15 is what you can push depending on how good the film is.
Maximum.
Yeah.
Okay. You've had an interesting year
Yes.
so far as a director. 2 films, Hero and Katti Batti. How do you look back at this year? Are you satisfied with the way both the movies
Of
have
course
been
not.
received? And
No, of course not. Yeah. I mean, I think that Hero. I mean, I think that I'm happy with that Suraj and Atiya have got the kind of adulation or the credit that they deserved. But I'm not. I wish that I think somewhere I've let down Subhash Ghai, maybe even Salman to a large extent, because I feel that the film should have been. I should have. I personally should have taken more charge of that film. I feel I did, and so full. I mean, everything that is wrong in that film is I take full onus on, but. I think it's a wasted opportunity. It was a great chance to do something very interesting.
There is this perception as well that the guy who's made something like D-Day and you're a wonderful technician yourself. That maybe it was not entirely like a Nikhil Advani film.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. That I think the important thing is for me to understand that I need to keep making the Nikhil Advani film, and because that's what is expected of me. So I mean, I think that where Airlift falls into that bracket, which is that's why very very proudly we say from the makers of D-Day and Baby in the trailer also. So yeah, so that's a big learning. So this year has been an extremely important learning process for me as a filmmaker, as a person, as a producer, as somebody who is expected to deliver a certain kind of quality.
Yeah, because what had happened with D-Day was that the entire you were approaching things, the sort of especially on social media, if you notice that the sort of people that you had started appreciating was something in terms of technically the film was appreciated big time as far as movie is concerned. The way it was shot was appreciated big time. The sound design. The performances, the locations.
Yeah, so
everything. That was something that you had taken yourself to a certain.
But Faridoon, that is all there in Hero also. It's not that it's not there. We have worked with the same unit of D-Day, working this unit of.
It looks good. In terms of the way it has been shot,
the action, in terms of the action, in terms of the cinematography, all that. I actually am also saddened by the fact that there are like 237 people worked in Hero. Like 150 people worked in Katti Batti. I'm saddened by the fact that they gave me close to 150 days of their lives, and nobody ever spoke about them, because the film was completely. I mean, the film didn't do what it was supposed to do in terms of Hero. It didn't connect with the audiences the way it was supposed to connect. The music was brilliant in Hero. Kangna Ranaut we had in Katti Batti, but everything else became more important, and nobody spoke about the small things, the technicians, the cinematographer, and which is great. There are great people who have worked on that film. But that's what happens, that if the film works, everybody appreciates everything else also, right? So when you talk about cinematography, sound design, action, I mean, we had Tom Struthers doing the action in D-Day. I'm telling you, in Airlift, people will talk about the great helicopter shots that he has taken, because we had this wonderful technician come down from Norway who has been able to shoot the octocopter from your face. It goes into huge wide shots, so some beautiful shots.
Okay. The number of technicians is definitely fabulous. There's no doubt about that. And but ultimately, I'm sure that you know better than almost anyone else the way Kalonao has been, and the way D-Day has been as well. Even certain portions in Patiala, I think it was.
Very emotional.
It's the writing actually. That somewhere maybe you faltered on writing as far as Hero and Katti Batti is concerned.
Yeah, I don't know what is.
Somewhere that is something that, because Katti Batti some portions are brilliant in terms of the.
I agree.
At the end of it, the way.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what went wrong in Katti Batti. It'll always be a puzzle for me. I think it's one of my best films. I think it's beautifully shot. It's beautifully written. It's wonderfully performed. I think Imran is sincere as can be. It's his best performance, I think. So I don't have answers as far as Katti
music
Batti
is good.
Music is good. Is works in the film. The stop motion song works beautifully in the film. We've tried different things. So I don't have any answers for Katti Batti.
Maybe it was felt that maybe it was slightly long. It was slightly long on the longer side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what in the pre-screenings we showed it to everybody, and they should love it. They come out love it. So I don't have any answers to it. But so yeah, in terms of writing, I think that right now, as a production company, we are working with very good writers. Writers that we are working with Parvez Sheikh, who has written Bajrangi Bhaijaan. He is one of the collaborators on Queen. He is now working with me on my next Bazaar. We are working with Asim Arora, who's writing a lovely film for us called Lucknow Central, which I'm producing for my assistant. The writer of Hero Panti and Baghi, who's written for Sabir, is writing another film for us, which we're producing for another assistant of mine, Gaurav Chawla. D-Day, Airlift has been written by Ritesh Shah and Suresh Nair, the same writers of D-Day. Ritesh is also writing another script for us, which I will do after Bazaar. So I think that what you're saying is right, which is that for a good production company, you need to surround yourself with great content.
Yeah,
and very strong writers. That's the backbone.
That's
strong writers, and we believe that, and and I think that you can see also in Airlift. I mean, the kind of subject we've chosen. My first contribution to Airlift, or rather my only contribution to Airlift, will be that the only thing I insisted with Raja was that you have to get Ritesh Shah and Suresh Nair too.
They're good writers.
To write.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them, they're good writers. There are talks that you'll be working with Hrithik Roshan and maybe Kangna as well once again. So, what is the...
Well, Kangna spoke to me this morning and she called me up. She said she saw the Airlift promo and she really liked it, and she said that we should catch up and let's start figuring out what we can collaborate on. And there's a subject that I was writing for her. So I became pretty introspective after Hero and Katti Batti, and I basically took some time off and went into the Airlift shoot, to help to just sit over there and think about what I want to do myself, what I want my production company to represent. So I have come back now because Airlift is finished finally and it's gone into the edit and post production. So now I know what I want to do next vis-a-vis films that we will be producing for outside directors or in-house directors, as well as for myself personally. So I spoke to Kangna this morning. As far as Hrithik is concerned, so Hrithik, suddenly I read reports that he had been confirmed, then I read reports that he has walked out of my film. So Bazaar is a film that has been being discussed and has been in development between my company and Balaji for the last year and a half. What is the film, how is it, let's approach writing, what is one. I think that Hrithik's management liked the idea very much. They wanted us to meet him. We went and met him. We narrated the idea to him. He said, let's meet up on the draft is ready. We are waiting to now narrate too.
Okay, and you'll be directing?
Yes.
How do you look back at your journey so far, Nikhil? You've been an assistant director, you've been around for a long time now, and you have an independent voice as well. I think you have some very interesting views on the entire FTI issue, and you've spoken about and you've written about that very, very openly and independently. So how do you look back at the entire journey that you've had so far?
I keep calling myself a divine kind of journey. The journey is divine. I don't know why I'm still here, but I'm here. People are still willing to listen to what I have to say, whether it is on 140 characters on Twitter when I'm writing about FTI, whether I'm retweeting people like Hansal and Kashyap and Apurva Asrani, so I have things that I would like to talk about, or whether it is launching a teaser in Airlift or a D-Day, so I'm still here in that aspect. I have a production company now, so the whole responsibility is that much more, but the journey has been superb. I can't fault one particular day. I mean, there are lots of Fridays that I would like to possibly go back and change, but I don't see, in the sense that there are lots of times I would have thought that let's just give it up. It's been so sometimes it can become so vicious and it can be so emotionally draining. But what do I give it up for? I have nothing else to do. I don't know anything else. I think that I love films. I love the aspect of sitting and having this conversation with you and discussing what is euphemism, or going down to the edit room, or meeting writers or discovering a new location, or seeing a new song. So it's been a journey which has been ups and downs, a lot of downs, several ups. Hopefully now we are looking forward to doing some very, how do I put it, we are being more careful, we are being more introspective, uh, we are trying to use this opportunity, trying to use the opportunity that's been given to us to make a difference, some kind of a difference in the kind of work that we want to put out.
Okay, and the experience that you've had assisting Karan Johar, and then he produced your first film as well. How do you look back at that? Do you find that invaluable?
It is always invaluable. Whether it's the stint that I did with Sudhir Mishra, whether it is with Karan Johar, whether it is the 1.5, 2 years that I worked with Aditya Chopra, they will always hold me in great stead. I mean, I consider Dharma Productions to be my learning ground. It's my university. It's where I was given the opportunity to do the kind of things that have helped me produce an Airlift. You know, a difficult film to produce in the kind of budget. I learned that from Yash Johar. You know, so if you and I sit down and have a drink at some point, I only finally talk about Yash Johar and what a great producer he was. So I don't think that I can ever be more grateful than the time I spent with all the people who I learned from. I mean, from Saeed Mirza to Karan Johar, everybody.
Apart from Bazaar, is there anything else that you like to direct?
Yeah, so there's another subject which Ritesh actually has written himself, and he came to me with, and he said that would you read this for me? And I didn't read it for the longest time because I was caught up with Hero and Katti Batti. And then when I took some time off, I went and read it, and I called him. I said that I love it, and you know, it's beautiful. It's in the space of D-Day, and I was actually looking for something that I can do in that space. And he said, so I said, what do you want to do with it? And he said, will you direct it? I said, yeah, sure. And so that's something that I said, yeah, I would love to do it. There are some small changes I want in the script if I want to do it.
Right.
So he said, sure, write your notes. I made my notes, gave it to him, and that we are in process of developing that.
Fantastic. Okay, Nikhil, you've had a long association with Bollywood Hungama, and so what is your entire feelings towards Bollywood Hungama?
Yeah, I think that Bollywood Hungama, funnily, was the one-stop shop, right? When we were when we were assistants, or when I was just making my first film, you would open the Bollywood Hungama page, praying to God that you got anything above 3 stars. So, are kitna mila, you know, and so. But yeah, I mean, it full marks to Bollywood Hungama that, I mean, how many years? It's been 15, 20 years now?
Yeah, more than that, 17 years.
17 years? It's been 17 years from where it started off just as a single page, you know, to now being the kind of portal it is, where you can go and you can get everything completely, right?
Yeah.
So to be able to be that place where you get anything that you want to do with Bollywood, or the Hindi film industry, or maybe the Indian film industry. I don't even know how much. I after a while, I think I've lost track of how Bollywood Hungama has grown to become what it has become. But I mean, from people not understanding what it was and what it could do, to being the kind of platform where you can't hope to release a film in this country without calling Faridoon for an interview.
I think we'll be having like a brief rapid fire with you as well.
Sure.
An actress you would have approached had Kangna refused Katti Batti.
An actress I would have approached if Kangna. Deepika.
Okay. One thing you would have loved to change in Hero.
I would have loved to change the milieu of the film. I wanted to make it like Satya.
Acha. Okay. One thing you would have loved to change in Katti Batti.
Nothing.
Okay. If you wake up as following, what will you do? If you wake up as following, Akshay Kumar. You get up like really early in the morning.
Yeah. First of all, you get up very early in the morning. But if I wake up, I don't know what I.
You know, like Patiala with him.
I've
You've
done 3 films with
you've
him.
done Chandni Chowk with him.
And I've done missing. Yeah. So what would I do if I was Akshay Kumar? I would call up. I would call up the director and say, come for a reading.
Karan Johar.
If I would start making films like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Salman Khan.
I would get married.
Okay, Kangna Ranaut.
If I woke up like Kangna Ranaut, I would ask where's Manu 3 ka script.
Okay, a film of yours that deserves a sequel.
A film of mine that is, I think, D-Day.
Even I thought so. Even I thought so. Nikhil, you experienced that in Katti Batti as well, the sort of certain things that were altered because of the censor board's just pressures, and we are seeing in James Bond recently the way the entire kissing has been just totally diluted big time, and words are being, and it's happening a wee bit too much. So what is your opinion about that? That somehow it's
Yeah, Faridoon, my opinion
it's just
about is not about James Bond or kisses being cut out, or not being able to see say, what is that, harami you can't say, or bastard you can't say, or this word you can't say, or Mumbai you can't say.
You had to remove fucker in your Katti Batti.
Yeah, I had to remove the word little fucker. I need to make it little soldier. So I feel that I have an issue with censorship on a whole, in the sense, and it has gone not in censorship of film. I think censorship of expression and censorship of thought. That, so let's talk about films in general. I feel that first of all, this notion of the certification needs to change. It cannot just be UA and A. Trust me, I got a UA in D-Day. And I was very, very disturbed. I got a UA in D-Day because a 4-year-old child could come and watch D-Day. You know, you didn't have to, as long as you are with your parent or with an adult, you can come and watch the film. And D-Day was not a film that anybody under 15 should have been watching. It's an adult film. It's not an adult film in terms of thought, but in terms of violence. It's graphically very violent. So I have a problem with the certification. I feel that it should not be UA and A. I feel it needs to be more in the sense of like a, PG 12, 12A or PG 12, 15, 18. That way we can, then trust me, then there will not be these issues, because you will, if there is a kiss, make it 15. The reason we are standing over here and we are saying that ये kiss cut हो गया, क्योंकि मैं अभी 40 years का हूँ यार, मुझे देखना है kiss. आप क्यों kiss cut कर रहे हो? आप करो उसको 15, उसको आप करो उसको 18. पर जब आप 18 करते हो, then the broadcasters will a film they will not buy, so then your revenue is going away. So change the certification. Make it into a 15. Tell the broadcaster you can still buy a 15 ka film, and you don't have to be 12 to buy. You don't need to make a universal film. What is a U film? Now today, if somebody slaps you in the film, it becomes UA. तो आप UA खरीदते हो, आप A नहीं खरीदोगे. But in A picture में, there might just be a kiss only. But still it becomes an A. It does not need to be, lack of any other reference, does not need to be grand masti. It can just have a kiss, or it could just have the word fucker, and we make it A. So you just suddenly fall into the same bracket of a film that deserves to be an A.
Absolutely.
That I think that is where the problem is.
Absolutely.
Other than the other big censorship that happens everywhere else.
No, that is true.
Which I think that we all need to have a drink and think about and talk about.
Absolutely. All right, Nikhil, wonderful talking to you, and thank you very much for opening up and just sharing your thoughts. It was wonderful just listening to you. And
Always
only opens up on camera actually, not otherwise. So thank you very much, and looking forward to Airlift for sure, and all your future ventures. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching Hungama forever.